Hi, my name is Elizabeth Eleanor Makepeace, and this is my fifth day of doing 365 days of my spiritual awakening and just sharing the magic that I've experienced over however long, 27 years it's been now, since I spiritually woke up. So if you want to subscribe and hit the bell, you'll see and go back and you can watch the ones. I'm just starting out, and this is more for me to see if I can be consistent and methodical and really loyal to this 365 days. So let's bear with me and let's see how I go. So I'm an intuitive empath, and I work with women to attract their divine partner because that's what happened to me as part of my creation story, is that I met this beautiful, amazing man on the beach. My maiden name is Payne, Payne, and his last name is Makepeace. So when you really connect in with your higher self wisdom and you move from the third dimension into the fifth dimension and beyond, then you have the ability to connect and create in really, what a lot of people call miracles, right? But in really magical ways. So today I thought what I would do is share one of the stories. If you've been following along, you'll see that I have been, started, sharing my story of how I woke up spiritually. And then from there, I went into a past life regression training for 7 years with a little mini group. Some may say it was a cult. Potentially it was, right? The woman who is now passed, her name was Rhonda. She definitely had that quality to her, and at the end wanted people to call her the mother of creation, and all of us disciples. And that's when I started pulling out, right? It was a very interesting process. In fact, maybe I'll share that another. Well, one of the things that happened when I did leave is that the whole thing actually exploded. There was 4 or 5 of us working with her consistently, and I've got the book here today. I wanted to show it to you. I've been sharing that that this book was never published, but she did print it out, and and it's old, right? So someone found a copy of it in an old bookstore, and one of their friends said, "That's the book Elizabeth was in." So she ended up giving it to me instead of taking it herself. So this is the book. And you can see it wasn't put together very well, but this beautiful cover was done from an amazing young guy who's not that young anymore, in Kuranda area in the tropics in far north Queensland. He is an amazing artist. And so, yeah, so when I left the group, what was really interesting was it exploded. They moved the group, or they met someone that went down that knew a whole heap of people in the Mission Beach area. And there was something like 20 women and a few men. I'm not even sure, because I sort of left them to their own devices. But the whole group exploded, and they had, 20 odd women. And so they then, of course, thought, yes, I was the dark goddess, right? Because all of a sudden now this whole group exploded, and one of them, from what I hear, one of them actually had a property. And so the story goes is that she then sold her property, and they invested the money into a property where Rhonda lived, and all of them started to create this light community, which is what they were supposed, that's what Rhonda had in her head that she wanted to do. And so, there was a whole heap of people living there. One of the women that was the original people she was there as well, but all of a sudden she was outed. Her whole inheritance she had given over to Rhonda and got none of it back. And after that was outed out of the community. She'd been there in there longer than I'd had. And yeah, I think they lasted for quite a few years, and then things started to get unsettled. And apparently, Rhonda decided one day that she didn't want to do it anymore, and she just got up and left and moved to Melbourne and left them in a state. So, and I know that she ended up with cancer and she passed away a couple of years ago. So, I still, really respect her and feel humbled that I, met her, because she was definitely part of my journey. Feel very grateful for the experience. I would not be the healer I am today if it wasn't for that 7 years with Rhonda and that group. So, everything happens for us, not to us. And when we can recognize that and see the synchronicities in life and know that our soul is on a path, then even the most traumatic experiences become valuable and valid to us. So today I wanted to share, I just randomly found one of my sessions, and I don't even know, I haven't finished reading it, but I felt to just read one of my sessions to give you an example of what it was like and how it felt to be in a session. So I'm just going to read to you guys, right? I've got 365 days to make up here. So, and this may be just me diary entering for myself for the future. But I have been told by several people that there will be people in the future that really need someone to guide them as they go through their own experiences. And so, in the future, I do know that I will be writing books, and that my intention is to wake up as many people as possible and to support them to raise their vibration. So, if you're watching this and I'm a very well-known household name, remember that I came from humble beginnings and I had no idea what I was doing. So, and hi to my future self who is potentially watching this back. So I want to share this with you. So this is called The Master. So Liz began way back when this was all happening. My name was Liz. Everyone called me Liz, and that was actually one of the things that I know that I was able to differentiate was when my higher self was talking to me. She would always call me, or whoever it was that was talking to me, they would always call me Elizabeth. And so I knew when they were talking to me because they would call me Elizabeth. And yes, it was an interesting experience, and I'll share with you now. You can see my little microphone thing. I'm going to share with you how I had 3 shooting stars that came into my life, and that's in the future that I'll share that with you. So let's begin. Liz began, I have no shoes on. I have big male feet. I'm wearing pants, loose purple pants with a gold rim around the bottom and a top with a gold around the bottom and sleeves. I have long white hair with a bald patch on top, with a long white beard. I can see trees, green grass, and a stream. This is some sort of housing, a mud brick cottage, not a house, but a mud brick dwelling. There are people at the stream. A woman is washing clothes and a man looked up and waved. I'm going down the slope to the man. I have a walking stick, a hug. I hug the man and friends with them both, and the woman with dark long hair in the plaits. She looks Indian. I'm here to spread the word. They help me on my quest. I enjoy the company too. I am his master. He calls me master. The woman is quiet. She seems subservient. My quest is to spread the light and love throughout the universe. This is one of the aspects of my being. I spread light. I am Vendrell. I am from another dimension. I physically manifest in this way, and these two people are helping me do that. They are the connection. I tell them what I need to tell them, and then they spread the word to the people. So Rhonda says, are these two people aware that the information they receive comes from another world? They are getting there. They know they channel a higher being, but they don't understand the other planets and dimensions. So they know all they need to know at the moment. I'm giving them little bits at a time so they know they channel a higher being, but they think it is a being like Jesus, sort of. That's how they think of it. But they don't understand the concept of aliens, planets, and other universes. The others are not ready. They would be shocked and confused. The people know that the couple, channel a higher being, but they don't understand planets and dimensions. They are given a little bit at a time. They don't understand the concepts. I am from an area in the Pleiades, Vextron, a planet surrounding a star. This time is before the time of Christ. He said, Elizabeth had to stand in her power before I could come through to show her that I am part of her. She is very noble. We needed to let Elizabeth know she was worthy and reveal that part before she could feel it. Basically, I'm here to speak with Elizabeth and tell her she is a great being. She is worthy of this. This was 31st of July 2001. I just saw the date there. So I'm right now in 2025. He says, Elizabeth's trying hard to stand in her power, but at times it can be a bit too much for her. So when she feels herself drained, she lifts herself up, but she's got to get to that point where it's not draining at all. We, Elizabeth and I, are learning from each other. We are empowering each other. We have the same knowledge. It is a give and take situation, a sharing of knowledge. It is not that we have any information that the other hasn't, but it is good to put the two minds together. So Rhonda says, I asked for information on a group of people in Italy that were doing some multidimensional work that someone had written to me about and asked for more information on this group. This is me again. There is a concern they are not coming from the heart chakra. There are blocks within the group that need to be cleared. Two of those in the group are blocked. They are bringing through information from other universes. The need for the earth changes and we are positioned, but there is a distortion due to these two people. Things are not progressing. You will be a great light for them. So Rhonda says again, thank you. I would like to speak of the session the other day where Liz was a disciple of Akhenaten, then went back to being Tutankhamun. We needed to let Elizabeth know she is worthy, and disciple is about as far as she felt herself worthy of. So she has been a disciple of Akhenaten, but she also was Tutankhamun. She needed to reveal that part of herself to herself first, before she could feel the power of Tutankhamun, even though she didn't know who Tutankhamun was. Rhonda says, thank you. I would like to take her back to that reality again. And I become Tutankhamun. It's very interesting. Something shifted for me just now in my energy field. I haven't read this for this long, so it's really interesting that I'm doing this. I am Tutankhamun. Ah, something's shifting in me. I am Tutankhamun. I am on a throne thing and my legs are dangling. I have small hands and I'm about 12. Now I'm younger, about 5. My mum picked me up and placed me on her hip. She is comforting me. My father is dead. I don't need to know what happened. She's just said that I will meet him again. My mother is strong, powerful woman. She is full of love, compassion and understanding. My mother tried to stop it. I didn't want him to go away. I start crying. So Rhonda asks, who killed him? Let me just move my book. The government at the time, there is a radish skinny man with a long nose. He is conniving. Mum stood in her power and told the society that Tutankhamun was the rightful leader. I need to deal with the people. I abolished the throne. There were many trying to get on the throne. I wanted no hierarchy. I tell the people that there is no hierarchy, that we are all one, but they wanted me on the throne. They didn't want to take control. I explain that I am giving their power back to them. Even if I am not on the throne, you have the power within you. They say that they need me to guide them. I say, I am guiding you by sitting with you. They were in fear. I said, don't put me on there above you. Take your power back. Give it to yourself. They are kissing my hand. They didn't want to take responsibility. They are drowning and killing themselves. Now I am swimming with the dolphins. They are jumping up and down. I am with a pod of them. This is one in particular. Her name is Ventura. We are just swimming around. I am enjoying the freedom. I have not read that this whole time. And what's really interesting about that is this morning, Tim and I went for a walk to the marina and we saw a pod of dolphins, and we tried to get to the end of the break wall so that we could see them coming around the head. And before we could get there, a boat had come out, and they must have swum really fast because they then went into there's a break wall, I don't know what it, like the gap where the boats come out from the marina, and they went into there and came into the marina. They didn't go all the way. They went about halfway, but when we were walking back, they were coming back and we saw them right next to us. We took some videos and stuff. So this morning I saw dolphins, and here I am talking about swimming with dolphins in this session. So I have a feeling that as we go through these 365 days together, there's going to be a lot of shifting. So I'm really looking forward to this journey with you, and I'm going to leave it there. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening, and I will see you next time.